They're getting less water than I would give my dog, being treated worse than dogs.
First of all, prove it. TikTok influencers. I find them a little bit interesting. With that being said, let's go ahead and start on the first one.
If you are Christian and you see what is happening in the Miami ICE detention facilities and hearing the stories that are coming out of there, and if that does not absolutely outrage you, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are not following Jesus as closely as you should be. These poor people are being treated so awfully in these ICE detention facilities that they're being held in because they are getting processed. They are being held in there longer than they should be. They're getting less water than I would give my dog, being treated worse than dogs.
First of all, prove it. Prove it. How do you know the way that they're getting treated? I haven't seen anything in the news as far as how the way they're getting treated. They're just assuming. So unless you have actual facts, and this is the problem that we have with some of these people, that is that they're trying to do everything to get clicks. So they're making literally all these claims and have zero evidence to the claims that they're making. So it makes it irrelevant. And not for now, but the more people that we have like this that spread misinformation, they have a big audience. So the amount of people that they're able to reach and to make, them think like this, it's a problem.
Like, where is the outrage? Where is the public talk? Where are Christian influencers and pastors talking about this issue? Why are no Christian influencers talking about the inhumane conditions that are in these detention facilities in Miami? Again, let remind you all, Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." And what about the book of Daniel, when King Nebuchadnezzar has a golden statue that they are refusing to bow down in front of? And these people that were real followers of Christ said, "We won't bow down to you and your golden statue because you're not our God." So all of the pastors that brag about praying for these leaders in authority and choose to pray for them over these people that are oppressed and being treated worse than animals get treated, those are not.
But how do you know this? Again, you need evidence. You need proof. You can't just be making stuff up. Where are your sources that they're being treated like this? Because last time I checked, it's one thing to mistreat people. It's another thing to actually get illegals out of the country. If you are here illegally, you have committed a crime. I don't care if you have kids, if it's your grandma that's getting deported, or whoever the case is. You are here illegally. You are breaking the law. Therefore, you are committing a crime. Being deported is not inhumane. I don't understand this. Being deported is not inhumane. You have never seen a legal citizen get deported, ever. So if you came legally, you wouldn't have an issue. So I just hate the fact that they really try to make this, they really try to refer this to the Bible as if you're deporting these people, all of a sudden now you're inhumane.
Not real followers of Christ. Real followers of Christ do not put earthly beings and leaders above God. And this story
I do agree with that. So no one is really putting them above God. I don't understand why she would even make that comment.
Who's not to bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar's golden statue, because they said, "You are not our God. And if you throw us into this fire and burn us for doing that, our God will save us." So if you are a Christian and you see all these atrocities being committed, seeing immigrants being treated worse than dogs, and the only reason that they're being treated
Again,
that
no proof.
inhumanely is because they have different paperwork than you do, you are not a true follower of Christ. Christ teaches us to love everyone, no matter what, no matter where they came from. Jesus himself.
I'm not opposed to loving everybody. Obviously, I love everybody. But again, you have to hold people accountable for the crimes they commit. It is what it is. I'm sorry. If I commit a crime, let's say I rob a bank, but I feed the homeless. Yeah, I'm doing a great deed by feeding the homeless, but I just robbed the bank. I don't understand how people get that. I don't understand where their confusion is. You can't do a good deed based on an illegal crime. it is what it is.
Was an immigrant. So all the pastors that want to brag about praying for Trump and praying for the White House, but are choosing to ignore the poor immigrants that are being treated so
We can pray for anybody. And we're even praying for the immigrants. But again, we cannot hold them on a pedestal and say that they deserve to be here because they're here. But they came here illegally.
inhumanely are bowing down and following earthly leaders and not God.